Synth retention? Is that like synth jail?
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend to speak to Father about these unannounced security sweeps of yours. Ransacking my quarters in the middle of the night is totally unacceptable.
I'll pass along your message, Doctor.
See that you do.
Did he say why?
He mentioned something about studying and then said a lot of scientific things, but I don't think he knew.
Well,
All systems nominal.
Synth. Okay, guess I can go in here. Check it.
I'm seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads together.
What now?
They're dragging their feet on the targeting package upgrades
So much
I asked
research.
for. Maybe
So
I
little
should take
time.
some courses with
it's
you.
an honor to meet you, ma'am.
Please
I
don't.
killed one of you before.
There's enough
I could
friction
do
as
it
is
again.
between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see.
Like any machine,
Okay.
a synth can malfunction. Just wish it didn't happen so often.
Sometimes you have to lean on the other departments a little to get what you need.
Justin Ayo.
Hi, Doc.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
You don't trust me?
Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions, It's nothing personal, I assure you. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
Oh, yeah.
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping? That matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
Missiles.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
Ooh. What's the process?
I'd like to know more about the synth reclamation process.
Fine. Once a Courser has located a rogue synth, it uses that synth's recall code to wipe its memories and render it inert. We then begin the delicate process of restoring the neural pathways to their original configuration. In those cases where the procedure is successful, the synth returns to duty with no memory of its time on the surface. All too often, we're unable to repair the damage and are forced to dispose of the unit entirely.
Report anything suspicious to the SRB.
Oh, okay. How about the SOB? Oh, sorry, I just burped. Sorry. Oh, can I use this sensor? I don't know. I took it though. What are those things? Are these applicators?
Carry on, ma'am.
What can you do with applicators? What's down here? What are we all looking at?
We're about to get a new food supplement.
The directorate should take the synth escapes more seriously.
Excuse me, lady. I don't care. They should escape if they don't want to be there. Why would they be there? What's down here? What's happening? Are these where the synths get That looks painful. That looks very painful. Spine stuff. Ooh.
Pardon me, ma'am.
Excuse me. I don't think I need a recorder or any of this stuff. SRB terminal. Yes. 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 Courser uniform. Okay, I'll take that. And I'll take that too. I'll take some of this ammo and these fusion cells. Look at all these pistols too. I don't need any of those.
Scanning unknown identity. Clearance confirmed.
Alright. He's like a stormtrooper. Almost. Can I jump in this water? This looks really nice. Yeah. Okay. Okay, whatever. Wait. Wait. Oh, I can go up one more. I think I have to go... Yeah. This person.
We don't usually welcome outsiders. I hope you can appreciate your good fortune.
Doctor?
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right.
Yeah. I
I'm
fought my
Allie,
way in.
Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
To find my
I
son.
just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Good to hear. It'll be a load off Sean's mind. Take your time. Get yourself acquainted. There's a lot to take in. Plenty of things you won't find topside. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facilities division, I'm happy to discuss it.
Well, who built all this?
Who built this place originally? Has it been here long?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations of scientists. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took refuge in the basement of the old Commonwealth Institute of Technology. Over time, their sons and daughters dug deeper into the earth and built increasingly sophisticated habitats and laboratories. It's a process that's still going on today. Even now, we're digging out tunnels for new facilities and infrastructure. Just think what this place will look like 100 years from now. I hope I'm there to see it.
Did she say hundreds of years? Okay, maybe she's got that fancy, courser chip thing, or whatever they're calling it now. These kids calling the thing to keep them young. Hi there.
The latest synth generation is just amazing. Those guys in robotics are working miracles.
Okay, I just said hello to you. I'm gonna end up chewing this chip. I've been holding it for about 10 minutes now, so I'm gonna try and edit it out. Come on, I want to talk to you.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
I'm really
I look forward
interested.
to learning more about it.
In that case, let me give you a brief overview of what we do here. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of study such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
The gorillas aren't real? No, they're not, stupid.
Seems like there's nothing you guys can't do.
With hard work and ingenuity, any challenge can be overcome. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is. But I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
Would I fit in?
I'm an outsider. Would there even be a place for me here?
Even if science isn't your passion, there are plenty of ways to contribute.
Oh,
Our
to kill
projects
people?
sometimes require an agent who can work on the surface to observe and gather information. From what I've heard, you are both fearless and resourceful. I think you'd be ideal for that kind of role. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Institutionalized. That doesn't sound very good. Yeah. Oh, sweet. See? Yeah. Oh, man. I'm gonna have to do this every single time.
Tell me more about those synth gorillas.
On the whole, I'd say they were a success. Their behavior does generally match what our historical data says it should be. Unfortunately, we had a few early setbacks. The creatures can become suddenly aggressive, and they're quite strong. They destroyed 2 of their synth handlers. So now we keep them in an isolated habitat where they can be safely observed.
They're gorillas. That's what they do. If you piss them off, or tell them that they're big and ugly, they'll probably want to bash your head in. Just saying. And yet so far. So can I travel now? Can I get out of here? Yes. Yes, I can. Why does it look like I have blood on me? Okay. Sorry if you guys hear me chewing some more. Paladin dance, I made it. Dance, dance. No, don't. We were in such a great. Ruined it. Yeah, turn around, turn around. Oh, that's awkward. That's awkward. Well, let's. Wow, that's a really dark thumbnail. Don't judge me by the days. 7 days, huh? I don't even know. That's so long. 7 days. Say 7 days, 8 hours, and 43 minutes. No. I'm just gonna have to do it. Yes. That took some time. Alright. Here we go.
I heard you gave those beauties at Fort Strong something to think about.
I don't know why they're so inclined to talk to me. It's ridiculous. That's what I have to say. Okay. Let's talk to him.
I received word that Dr. Lee is returning to us. How cooperative do you think she'll be?
I've
She's on her
convinced her
side.
that the Institute is the enemy, not the Brotherhood.
Well done, Knight. As soon as Dr. Lee arrives, we'll interrogate her aboard the Pridwin. She's been under the Institute's influence for the last decade, and we can't afford to take any chances. Now, I believe you still possess an important piece of data that Proctor Ingram is eagerly awaiting. I want you to bring it to her immediately. Once again, Knight, you don't fail to impress. Dismissed.
Okay. Let's go bring it to her, wherever the heck she is. Where? Airport. Why isn't it accessible? I don't know. I don't care. Hey, lady.
Here's your holotape, Proctor. Hope the data on that thing was worth it.
Thanks. You know, it's good to see you're still in one piece. I wasn't sure what the interceptor would do to you.
I wasn't worried. After all, I built the device myself.
I have confidence in everything I build too, but that's because I'll only deal with technology that I understand. Speaking of technology I don't understand, I'll get this holotape to Proctor Quinlan. I'm dying to find out what's on it.
What are you
What
hoping
do you hope
to
to
find?
find on there?
Whatever the Institute doesn't want anybody to know. Before we jump to conclusions, let's see what Quinlan's scribes can get off of it. I'm sure the Institute has all of their data heavily encrypted, so it's gonna take some time to crack. After that, we'll have to see what we've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe. In the meantime, I've got a new assignment for you. So, I bet you're eager to get your hands dirty on our new project. How much has Maxon told you about it?
It'll win the war.
Whatever it is, I'm sure it'll help us crush the Institute.
It will, but we've got a lot of work ahead of us first. Come on, it's this way. Unless you're blind as a bat, I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry on the tarmac. Maxon and Kells have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the Institute. Now, the Pridwin might be a big beast, but she's not built for fighting. That's where our new project comes in.
Okay. How come they get to be in here?
Full of parts is what's left of Liberty Prime. The Brotherhood used it in the Capital Wasteland as a weapon against the Enclave. It's the most advanced robot the Brotherhood has ever had at its disposal. Unfortunately, Liberty Prime was destroyed in the line of duty. I've spent the better part of the last few years piecing him back together. And if you think that was easy, try rebuilding a Protectron while you're blindfolded. In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're going to need your help.
No
Okay.
problem. I'm sure this only looks worse than it actually is.
I wish I had your confidence, because this is not going to be easy. Now, the good news is that we've got most of Prime's parts fully assembled. The bad news is that it's going to take more than a few rivets and some spot welding to get them working again. The first problem is his CPU. It's fragile, and every time we try to feed power to it, it blows itself out.
Sounds like you have power problems.
There's got to be a way to solve that.
I do all the maintenance on the Pridwin, so you'd think it'd be a snap. As much as I hate to admit it, Prime's power systems are out of my league. Luckily, you were able to convince Dr. Madison Lee to return to the Brotherhood. She was on the original build team for Liberty Prime a little over a decade ago. I've already spoken to her, but she's reluctant to work on Prime for some reason. If you could get her down here to lend a hand with his power system, we can get the big guy moving.
Okay, so she wants me to talk to Dr. Lee. I don't know why I said it like that. Look at this thing. This is gonna be some crazy-ish. Okay, yeah, let's just keep going. I'll make several cuts in this, so I'm doing this on all one set. Are they in the... They are. Okay. We're just gonna skip right to it then.
If you're here to talk me into working on Liberty Prime, you can forget it.
Why?
What changed your mind?
Nothing changed my mind. I promised you I'd return to the Brotherhood, and I've kept my end of the bargain.
Do I need to remind you why you made that promise in the first place?
No, that won't be necessary. Tell Proctor Ingram to get her scribes ready. It's going to take a hell of a lot of work to get Liberty Prime back online, but we'll get it done.
Oh, that was easy. That was easy. Dance Revolution. DDR. Let's call him DDR from now on.
Proctor.
Well, things are off to a good start. Isn't that right, Doctor?
I hope so. Prime suffered some significant damage to his memory core. I wish your people would have been a bit more careful, Proctor. The good news is that the damage isn't irreversible, and I should be able to get the power flowing into his CPU core without overloading. If your people stay out of my way, that is.
Charming, isn't she?
Yeah. Sorry about that, Ingram.
Don't worry about it. We might be butting heads on a few issues, but I've dealt with worse. Besides, Dr. Lee's worth all the aggravation. We're working with one of Prime's original designers. I don't see it getting any better than that. In fact, since things are going so well, we're gonna have you start building his electromagnetic actuators.
Okay.
Sure. Anything you need.
That's what I love about you. You're ready to leap into action, and I bet you don't have the faintest idea what I'm talking about. The
Nope.
actuators are what allows Liberty Prime's arms and legs to move. Prime's new limbs are way too heavy for the simple hydraulic pistons he had in the past. We're gonna have to rip those out, construct a brand new system using electromagnets, and install them in his limbs. What we need you to do is build the actuators for us.
Now that you know what the actuators are, you need to know how to make them. These are the plans and the materials list. Don't lose them.
Now, before you get that look on your face, you'll be happy to know that we have plenty of the raw materials on that list right here at the airport. The only thing we need you to head out and find is a high-powered magnet. According to Proctor Quinlan, the best place to find one is in any of the ruined hospitals around the Commonwealth. We've already sent out a few teams to find the rest of the high-powered magnets you'll need. They should be back by the time you return.
Once you start building the actuators, we need one for each limb, so you'll need to make a total of 4. Good luck.
You gotta be kidding me. I have to locate a high-powered magnet.
Shelter and supplies at the police station in Cambridge.
Can I? How do I? Okay. So I have to locate a high-powered magnet. It says to go here. I guess I can go to that one. Why not? Gosh, didn't I go through this one? I don't know, maybe. I don't feel like this is a good idea. Let's, Okay, it's auto-saving. Dance, why? When I look at you, you don't look at me. Hiya! Save. Auto-saves. This is Paladin Dance, so... yes. I do want to override this. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Let's get this done. Let's get this over with. Yes.